The behavior of animals is often unpredictable and not always understandable to humans, but that doesn't mean their actions don't make sense. This incredible story happened in 2015 in northeast India. A herd of elephants was traveling through the district of Chatra, for the inhabitants of which large, beautiful animals were not unusual. But one individual still managed to attract the attention of a small Indian village. An imposing crowd of locals gathered around the animal, which had broken away from the herd and was behaving very strangely. The elephant was extremely nervous and no one could understand the reason for its unusual state and behavior. The animal stopped in the middle of a muddy field, stuck its trunk into the ground and began to dig intensively. The elephant aroused the interest of the locals, who knew well the habits of this species and were therefore greatly surprised by such strange behavior. The animal was all alone, which was unusual. Not only that, the elephant was continuously digging a hole. No one could understand what the animal was doing. Locals noticed that the animal was injured. Elephants in this condition can be dangerous, so one should behave with them as carefully as possible. The villagers wanted to understand what was going on, but were afraid to approach the animal. There was clearly something wrong with him. Meanwhile, the elephant kept digging. The animal was clearly trying to retrieve something from the muddy ground. The elephant was working very fast, burying its trunk in the ditch and putting emphasis on its hind limbs. The animal had been digging for hours. It was very tired, but only occasionally allowed itself a little rest, and then the elephant began its work again, renewed vigor. But what did such a tenacious animal want in the mud?
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story.
The locals dared to approach the pit to see what was going on. One brave man named Jitendra Tawari began to slowly approach the animal. When he saw the man, the elephant did not welcome him at all. The animal was angry, tired, and frightened, and made it clear that Jitendra needed to leave. The man did not annoy the elephant, but decided not to give up. He and the rest of the villagers came up with a plan to distract the beast to explore the burrow. Jitendra and his friends brought a truck full of food. The elephant hadn't eaten anything in a very long time, besides being very tired, so attracting him with tasty fruit was a great idea. The animal began to eat while the locals examined the pit. What they saw in the ditch was mind-boggling. No one had expected to find a living creature in the pit. It turned out that the elephant had been trying to dig out her cub for hours. The elephant cub had fallen into the hole and his mother could not get it out. The locals were shocked by what they saw, but did not understand how to help the cub. Obviously, the elephant would not allow people to get the baby out of the trap. Then the villagers came up with a cunning plan. They distracted the elephant with bananas, taking her to a safe distance. During the absence of the animal, people cleared the hole, removed the sand so that it was easier for the mother to get to the baby. The elephant returned to the pit with the cub and continued digging. It was much easier for her to do the job now. Before, she would just push the dirt back into the ditch, burying the cub even deeper. But after help from locals, the elephant still managed to get her cub out. 11 hours later, the mother rescued the dirty, exhausted, but alive baby out of the hole. She wrapped her trunk around the rescued baby elephant, took him to a safe place away from the crowd and the mud. The locals happily watched the rescue of the animal whose life was on the line. Mother and baby were drifting off into the sunset, sweetly intertwining their trunks. At last, the elephant was able to breathe out, calm down, and stop worrying about her cub. Surely he will now have a particularly close attention from his mother. Elephants are some of the smartest animals in the world. They live in groups, constantly supporting the weaker or the ones in trouble. These beautiful animals sometimes show more compassion than some people.
If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.